Seriously, guys. God, it smells like pot around here too. Hey guys, just let us know your names while you're at it. Oh, here comes the police. You might want to drop it. There they are. They're coming right around the corner. Here they come. You're screwed. Hey, you forgot something. No.
Get the license plate.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Hey, we got the license plate. Here it goes, right here. That's AC40977. And it's there we go. Yep.
Hey guys, study after study shows that if you want strong bones and muscles, healthy hair, skin, teeth, and nails, you need the 5 types of collagen in your diet. I get mine from BioTrust. I've got a link in the description with a massive discount, and it'll tell you all about it.
Mehmet Oz is running for a seat in Philadelphia, and a lot of people think that he's the best thing since sliced bread. What could possibly go wrong? He's endorsed by President Donald J. Trump, and he's there for the people. But I'm going to show you, this is a video, this is a quick video that I made talking about Mehmet Oz. And there's a little conflict there, a little conflict with the big farm guy. You know, of course, Mehmet Oz, like all politicians, say that they can't be bought, but then their words betray them. And sometimes they'll have good words, guys. Politicians will have good words. They'll have good promises. They'll have good intentions. But like Daniel Webster said, good intentions will always be pleaded for every assumption of authority. It's hardly too strong to say that the Constitution was made to guard the people against the dangers of good intentions. There are men in all ages who mean to govern well, but they mean to govern. They promise to be good masters, but they mean to be your masters. And Mehmet Oz wants to be the master in the state of Philadelphia. Listen to this, though.
I spent my whole career empowering people. I empowered my patients, my viewers on the show. I'll do it now for the citizens of Pennsylvania, for the whole country.
That sounds good. People empowerment. Let's empower the people. That's exactly what we need. That's what we talk about in this channel. Let's empower the people. So how are you going to do that, Mehmet?
And I've taken on Big Pharma so that the only data you see is not just Big Pharma data. When you mix politics and medicine, you get politics.
So what's he saying? This is Dr. Oz, who's been in medicine all of his life. He's going to be a politician. So when you mix medicine and politics, you get politics. He's virtually guaranteeing and ensuring his audience that he will be a politician.
It cannot be bought.
A few moments later.
Listen, I think one of the greatest accomplishments of America is that we gave the world the mRNA vaccines through President Trump's Operation Warp Speed. I'm so happy that we were able to do that. And I got vaccinated, and I believe in vaccines. I don't believe in mandates. A little bit.
But I got VAXX. I can't be bought. But let me tell you, one of the best things that we've ever done in this country right here under President Donald J. Trump, we instituted Operation Screw the American People Warp Speed. $6.2 trillion, $4 trillion right off the top evaporated. Where did that go? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Pfizer earned how much in the first quarter? $25 billion. They're on track for this year to earn $102 billion. And how does that happen? Oh, that's right. They're in bed with Big Daddy government. That's how that happens. And then when you get spokesmen like Dr. Mehmet Oz up there saying, hey, one of the best things that we've ever done for this country, one of the best things we ever brought online for the American people came right out of Big Pharma, the Big Pharma industrial complex. You can trust us. I can't be bought. But by the way, did you consider the product that they sell? Probably need to get it because it's safe and effective.
I got vaccinated, and I believe in vaccines. I don't believe in mandates. A little bit.
Now about red flag laws. If anybody hints that they're for or just pointed slightly in the direction of red flag laws, they are your enemy. They're against the Second Amendment. Anybody who's against your right to keep and bear arms, which shall not be infringed is your enemy, because they want you to experience difficulty when you go to get your personal protection device so you can keep yourself and your family safe. Mehmet Oz once pushed red flag laws. Now, on his website now he goes against it, but this is the hypocrisy of people who want to call themselves politicians. Can people have a change of mind? Yes, but this guy actually, we'll see this later, he actually wants to fund the CDC so that they can investigate gun violence, which is a euphemism, because that's a bunk term. It doesn't. There's no such thing as inanimate object violence. People can commit violence on other people. So he wants to fund the CDC so that they can study gun violence, because he believes that shootings are a public health threat. We'll see that in a second, but listen to what he says about red flag laws here.
This issue of being anonymous is, for me, vital. If someone's already dangerous, a coworker, you don't want to make yourself a target by telling everybody, hey, I think you're dangerous, right? So, how many of you would be more comfortable if it was anonymous? Yeah. So I think part of the hope I gather is that we'll make a system so that I can call in and say, there's evidence besides my testimony that this person's dangerous.
So if you'll notice the lower chyron right here, it says red flag laws. Can we keep guns out of the wrong person's hands? And they call that common sense gun regulation. What ends up happening is that the people who are the law abiders, the people who go, okay, we'll do what government says, we'll completely disarm ourselves when we go into a gun-free zone. Well, guess who's not going to disarm themselves? The criminals who don't pay attention to the laws anyway. So this disempowers, this victimizes, this puts them in a victim position, people who are going to obey the laws, people who are going to be the law abiders. It's the victim creation criminal empowerment zone. That's what a government gun-free gun zone is. A gun-free zone is a criminal empowerment, victim creation, fish in a barrel zone, and that's what Dr. Oz is for. And when you're for red flag laws, you're for a Minority Report style. You're a criminal. You're guilty until proven innocent. Oh, we got a phone call on you. Somebody's concerned that you could harm yourself or others. You could be a danger to yourself or others. And they did it anonymously. They didn't even have to identify who they were. And that gives the law enforcement agency, the local law enforcement agency, or the feds the justification that they need to violate your Fourth Amendment rights so they can come after your Second Amendment rights.
Dangerous. Look at their Facebook feed or social media postings or comments they've made to other coworkers besides me. Do a little investigating. I'm alerting you, putting a little red flag up there saying this person's a concern. Then I would hope that all the states would say, well, if there's obvious evidence and you're pointing us to it, you don't have to get involved personally.
So this right here, I say, Dr. Oz wants the corrupt CDC funded and involved in studying gun violence and calls shootings a public health problem. And that's in this tweet right here that he put out. And I think the date, let's see, the date on that is, it was sometime in March 14th, 2018. And this is what his tweet says. Right now, the CDC is not funded to study gun violence in this country. It's time we treat shootings as a public health problem. Are you going to treat vehicle accidents as a public health problem? Because more people die in vehicle accidents than they do by guns every single year. And really, when they talk about 40,000 people die by guns every year, they didn't die by guns. They died by somebody shooting them with a gun, or they shot themselves. A full 60 to 65% of those are people who actually ended their own lives using a firearm. So why would you penalize the rest of society who didn't use a gun that way just because other people wanted to end their lives? If you're not free on American soil to end your life, you're not free. If you're not free to buy a personal protection device whenever you want it, wherever you want it, for how much you want, between two parties without the government getting involved, you're not free. So he says the CDC is not funded to study gun violence in this country. It's time we treat shootings as a public health problem. Contact your congressperson today and demand that they fund the CDC. Please, Congressman, steal more money from me so that you can use my stolen money to fund the CDC to study the problem of gun violence, which is a public health problem in America, says Dr. Oz. To comprehensively study gun violence. The CDC should not be involved in any of that. The CDC actually, by some accounts, some people might have this opinion, I don't know why they would, that the CDC shouldn't even be in existence because it's a economic black hole where money just kind of falls off the cliff and disappears.
Pretty little red flag up there saying this person's a concern.
When you mix politics and medicine, you get politics.
I cannot be bought.
Listen, I think one of the greatest accomplishments of America is that we gave the world the mRNA vaccines through President Trump's Operation Warp Speed.
So basically you have Mehmet Oz doing what all politicians do. They're going to get up there behind a lectern on a podium and say, they're going to pretend to be about something other than power and profit in order to gain more power and more profit. That's what politicians do. They're not there for your rights. They're not there to secure more money. They're not there to take away taxation. They're not there to abolish the Federal Reserve or the IRS or the military industrial complex or the IMF. They're not there to take the stranglehold of the IMF off of Congress. They're there to collect a nice fat paycheck. And somebody might say, well, Mehmet Oz is a millionaire. He doesn't need that kind of thing, but he does want power. See, when money's not enough for these people, they want the ring of power. They want to control people. They want to be a part of the legislative process so that they can make laws, so you can lose more of your freedoms. And that's what red flag laws are. That's what bowing down to the altar of Jabbo is. It's losing your freedom. It's a power and wealth transfer, and that's what politicians facilitate. That's why we always say politics. I should say it every single video. Politics is nothing more, nothing less than the clever and deceptive art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering in order to dupe average people into accepting and even demanding the chains of their own enslavement. So go ahead and vote for Mehmet World Economic Forum Oz. This is a clip from the World Economic Forum page on weforum.org or .gov. What is it? weforum.org. And you can, matter of fact, you know what? Since this is a live stream, here I'll put you can see it for yourself. It's on the World Economic Forum website, weforum.org. He's a contributor on the World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum thinks highly of Mehmet Oz. Do you? If Mehmet Oz likes the World Economic Forum, then he hates your guts. And if you want to vote for Mehmet World Economic Forum Oz, go for it. What could possibly go wrong? While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flicks, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket-sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm going to cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are going to think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good. People are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love.
Well, if Granny does stop by, she's going to fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing. So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.